Hey, this is John from Resonate Recordings, and I just want to thank you for partnering with our team for your podcast hosting. Our goal is to provide you an easier way to podcast. So what we hope you find while working with our team is an experience that makes your content distribution simple. Our team has made hosting easier by providing our clients the ability to have one-click posting of their episodes. So in this video, we'll cover a few of the basics about setting up your account with Resonate Hosting. To get things started, complete the following fields in the directories section of your podcast profile. The name of your podcast. This will be the title that your listeners see in the listening directories. Podcast website. This is if you've set up a standalone website. Go ahead and put the URL here. Description. This will be the description your listeners see in the listening directories. The author. So this is usually the person or organization who owns the content of the podcast. Public email address. So this will be an email address where listeners can contact the podcast. Podcast categories. These will be the categories that you want to be associated with for listeners to be able to find you. Show format. So for show format, you'll choose episodic if the episodes will stand alone, or serial if they need to be listened to in sequential order. The language is the spoken language on the podcast. And then you'll need to make sure that you check this podcast contains explicit content if it's needed. And you'll also need to check this podcast is private, it should not appear in directories if that's needed. If you need more information about private podcast hosting, be sure to reach out to our team. Next, you can update your embed player settings under the podcast profile section. So from your dashboard, you can go to the Settings tab and then click on Podcast Profile. Go to the Resonate Player Settings section. Update the embed player background color. You can update the embed player accent color and then hit Save. If you have specific brand colors, you can input those here. Also under the Podcast Profile section, we can update the Resonate microsite settings. Once your directory information and artwork are uploaded, you can click the website link on your dashboard to verify all live information is correct in your hosting microsite. Now you're ready to begin submitting and uploading episodes to Resonate. Once you have everything set up in your Resonate hosting account, you're ready to submit your show to the directories for approval. We cover how to submit your show to each directory in our Help Center in more detail. Well, let's cover a few of the basic items you need in order to get your show ready for submission. So first, you're going to need a file in your RSS feed. Many podcasters choose to upload a trailer episode in their RSS feed as their first episode. This helps your RSS feed be ready to submit to each of the directories. We also prefer doing this so that you can wait until your show is approved to start releasing consistent episodes, and it also allows you to announce your release date. The second thing you need is your artwork. If you've already uploaded your artwork to your Resonate hosting account, then you've already completed this. If you need any help with designing artwork, reach out to our team. Now, I do just want to mention that each of the podcast directories works independently and they've got their own approval process. So it's very likely that you might be live in Spotify before you're live in, let's say, Apple Podcasts. For Spotify and Stitcher, you'll usually be approved within 24 hours. For TuneIn and Google Podcasts, you'll usually be approved within 48 hours. And Apple Podcasts can take up to 7 days. So just keep in mind that these approval times are not definite and they can vary from podcast to podcast. If you're looking to release your first episode at a very specific time, we recommend that you point your listeners to your Resonate microsite or the embed player on your website. If your show is still not live in a particular directory after 1 week from submission, we'd recommend that you reach out to that specific directory for support using these contacts below. So let's take a look at how to create and publish an episode using Resonate hosting. This video will cover how to post an episode that has not been processed by Resonate's post-production service. If you typically use Resonate post-production services, but you don't want to use an episode credit for a particular episode, you can also follow these steps. First, log into your Resonate account. Second, go to the Episodes page. Click the Or Publish an Episode prompt under the Start Episode button. You can complete the following fields: the title, the season, the episode number, the episode type, your description, and make sure you check the "This episode contains explicit content" if that's needed. You can also select the episode publish date, which is when you want your episode to go live. Next, you can choose your episode audio. Hit submit, review the episode master and confirm it was approved on the episode detail page. It's important to understand that each directory has an independent refresh cycle that will impact when your episode will show up in that particular directory. So even though you selected a specific publish date and time in your Resonate account, this may not be the exact time that the episode will show up in each directory. If you need to share your episode at a specific time, we recommend that you point your listeners to your Resonate microsite or the media player on your website. In our experience, episodes typically show up in Spotify the quickest, and Apple can typically take the longest. We recommend allowing at least 3 to 4 hours for your episode to show up in all of the directories from the time it was posted from your Resonate account. If your episode is still not showing up in a particular directory after 4 hours from the original post time, we recommend that you reach out to that specific directory for support.